from child's pose. Inhale, roll back up to tabletop position. If the knees were wide, we'll bring the knees beneath the hips. There's about a fist of distance between the knees. Moving with cat-cow. Inhale, we lift the tail, drop the belly, pull the shoulder blades together, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the back body, tuck the tail, navel to spine, chin to chest. Inhale to cow, sink the belly, shine the heart. Exhale, tuck and round to cat. One more time. Inhale, cow, and exhale, cat. Good. And from here, we'll walk the hands forward, keeping the hips over the knees. Puppy dog pose. Really big for the front of the heart and the shoulders here. So we'll start to lower the chest. Maybe the forehead comes down to the mat a little or a lot. If we have to walk the hands a little bit wider to accommodate tight shoulders, that's fine too. If this is kind of a non-event for you and you need more, you can lift the gaze, drop the chin to the floor, or maybe the tops of the collarbones, the chest comes all the way down. Big breath to the front of the armpits. And as you exhale, we flatten it out like you're rolling a marble with your nose on the mat. Come to lying on your belly for Sphinx pose. The forearms make an 11, and the elbows are going to draw back toward the tops of your hips. As you press the pubic bone into the mat, all 10 toenails also press down into the mat. Shoulder blades hug as the heart opens. Neck is at neutral, so feel where that is for you. Not a Pez head and not a tucked chin. Neck at neutral. And imagine that you were trying to lift the navel up off of the ground, like you were trying to not squish like an egg. You don't want it to crack. One more inhale here. Take the kink out of the low back, press the pubic bone, and exhale, lower down. Walk the hands as wide as the mat, split your feet as wide as the mat. We'll press into the palms, arms go towards straight as you pick the belly up off the mat a lot for seal pose. As you exhale, we look over the right shoulder, see your right heel, and over the left shoulder, see your left heel. Back through center, lower the heart, and take the thumbs by the lower rib cage, big toes to touch. Again, all 10 toenails press into the mat. Press through the pubic bone and inhale. Shoulder blades hug the spine. You lift the heart. Maybe the palms float off the mat a little or a lot for baby cobra. Neck at neutral. Inhale. Breathe into the belly even though it's getting smushed into the floor. Make space. Breathe into the back body as well. And as you exhale, lower down. Press into the palms. Lift the hips all the way up and back to tabletop pose. Moving into some hamstring stretches, and psoas stretches, always really popular, especially if you've been sitting for a lot throughout all this, or if you've been out and getting some runs in. This is really helpful. The psoas tends to get tight in either case. So from here, we'll step the right foot between the hands. It might take more than one step, and it might take some assistance from the hand to urge the heel forward. From here, I like to take the top of my left knee to the ground. I keep my toes untucked, but you can tuck if balance is needed. And from here, we'll walk the hands up to the thigh, draw the shoulder blades down and back as you let the hips drop equally forward. Don't escape that stretch. You're supposed to feel it on top of the left hip. We can finish by reaching the arms up overhead and take a breath into both sides of the lungs. As you exhale, the left hand comes down to the outside of our right thigh as our right arm opens out to the side, reaching for the wall behind you. Use the left hand as leverage on the right thigh to exhale into the twist. Pull the navel to the spine and glance back at your right thumb. Use the exhale to get you there. One more breath here. And we'll take our right hand down to the back of our left thigh. It might be a little higher, a little lower, depending on where it ends up. Drop a little bit of weight into the right hand as you inhale, stretch the left arm high toward the back of the room. Then we square the heart off to center. And from here, one more. Inhale, drop down and forward into those hips. Equal and opposite as you reach for the back of the wall. And then exhale, we'll cartwheel. Left hand down to the mat, right hand down to the mat. And shift the hips back. Looking to keep my hip over my knee. So if we find ourselves kind of dropping back, the butt's dropping too low to the ground. I want you to pick it all back up, flex through the foot, and just urge your right foot forward. You're welcome. It's happening. This is happening. Pulling the toes back towards your nose. You can windshield wipe a little bit if you need more. I don't know. If you do, that might be it. Get into that IT band all the way up into the hip. Movements as big or as little as you want them. Weights on the fingertips. We're trying to stack a long straight spine right here. One more inhale. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits pose, half monkey pose. And from here, we'll bend into the right knee. Send the right knee right back beside the left, and we'll take our second set. Left foot steps up in between the hands, a little or a lot. Use the hands to encourage that ankle underneath our knee. So we always want to keep 90 degrees at the ankle, 90 degrees at the knee. Inhale, drop the hips down and forward. Hand walks up to the top of the left thigh. Shoulder blades cascading down the back, heart lifting. A little bit of contraction here. I want the right knee to start to scooch towards your left heel as your left heel pulls back towards your knee. That energizes the inner thighs and helps us breathe up through the midline to reach through the fingertips. And exhale, right hand outside the left knee. Left hand reaches for the back of the room. Use the inhale to lengthen, the exhale to deepen into the twist. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. I don't want any earrings in this pose. While you're looking back there, hand comes to the thigh. Inhale, stretch the right arm high. Put a little bit of weight into the left hand and then square the heart off forward, lifting up and out of the right knee. One more inhale, finish with the fingertips, and then exhale, we'll cartwheel. Right hand to the ground, left hand to the ground, and shift the hips back for half splits. Yeah, nice and easy. Whew. Pull the toes back towards your nose and a little bit of a windshield wipe here. Use the breath to get deeper. Just help unglue the muscles from the joints a little bit. Keeping that heart nice and long. Point and flex, side to side. Keep pulling the toes back towards your nose if you need more horsepower here. Breathe and stay with it. Very nice. And from here, we'll go ahead and bend again into the left knee. So taking the slack out, fingertips to the mat. Step our left knee back beside our right. Tucking through the toes, hands plant beneath the shoulders. So shoulders right over wrist creases, fingers spread wide. There should be an L at your first finger on both hands. First finger and thumb on both hands. Middle finger points straight forward. From here, we engage the core, tuck the toes, lift the knees just 2 inches off the mat. Exhale, slide the chest back toward the thighs so you find a flat back with very bent knees. Bear pose. Let that neck be nice and easy. Shake out through the head and neck here. Keep that connection, trying to press the chest to the thighs as you slowly start to lift the hips and straighten into the legs. Straighten is a relative term. I'd rather have a flat back than straight legs. And here we can start to just walk out this down dog. And then I want you to find some stillness. Let the heels fall heavy toward the mat, lifting up and out of the wrist creases, shoulders plugging into the sockets. 3 deep breaths right here.